I'm not talking about playing. I'm not talking about, hustling. I'm talking about being a productive participant of life. So that's my inspiration for you guys today. Be a player. That's right.
Beautiful, beautiful. Be a player, not a playa.
Yes.
Yes. Good stuff. So that book that she just mentioned is called Ninja Selling. I highly, highly recommend that you dive into that book. Another book recommendation that I highly recommend that you guys get is this one, Building a Story Brand. I'm going to be really diving into this into the next couple of weeks because we're going to be practicing a lot of things that are in that book. So I love what you said, Cynthia. And for the people that don't know me, hey guys, if you can mute yourself, I'm getting a little bit of background noise. Teresa, if you can mute yourself. There we go. All right, cool. So I love that you said this about your vibe and your vibration. I went to a Toastmaster session one time, and it was this older hippie lady that had all these crystals, and like she was just super, super, like you could feel her energy. Like you could see her aura when she walked in the room. Like if you're cognizant of those things, you can like feel their energy, right? Well, she did this speech. It was this impromptu speech about vibrations. And she's like, I come from an era where we used to speak about vibrations and people's energy and the pulse. And she's like, it was so big in the 60s and how people felt and the vibrations that were put out. She's like, it was such a part of our life, but she's like, things got busier. Things came in, technology, all these things. She's like, sometimes we forget about the vibration that we're putting out to the world, and the vibrations that we're feeling from other people. I'm heavy into these things, you guys. I'm a hippie at heart, Grateful Dead fan at heart. Used to have long hair down to here. Like that's my spirit, right? But I think that that's a really, really good thing to think about. It's like, what is my vibe that I'm putting out to the world? It's real. People say, if anyone's ever told you, man, your energy is contagious, that is the best fucking compliment you could ever get in your life. It's the best. It's the best compliment, right? Because they're feeling something for you. So Cynthia, I love that you started out with that. So you guys, I did a little reading this morning, and I was up early, but I did some thinking last night. We had our top producer dinner once again yesterday. We had quite a few new people at top producer dinner, and it was just a really, really, great opportunity for us to come together. Now, I'm thinking, well, it's an event. Yeah, we want to put together. We had live music. It was really cool. But I went around the room and I asked the top producers. I was like, well, what was one of the biggest obstacles you faced last month? And some of them were like, well, I didn't make it to top producer dinner. And they're like, I just want the ability to sit at this table and feel like I've done that, right? It's not that you're a success because you're sitting at top producer dinner. The top producer dinner is a way for us to celebrate you and all of your successes. It's not that equates to what that makes me an overnight success. It's all the small things that they did over the last month or the month prior that led to him to sit at that table. And so I want to share some of my thoughts with you guys this morning. Wrote here, success is not a destination, it's a journey. I know you guys have heard this over and over again. John Maxwell talks about this quite a bit. Think of success as a process. You guys, how many of you have ever gone to college? Some of you have degrees. Everyone in this room studied for their real estate license, fortunately got their real estate license, right? Well, when you look at that and you say, all right, well, cool, congratulations, I got my diploma, I got my degree, I got my certification, I got my real estate license, right? That doesn't mean that all of a sudden you're a success, right? Yeah, you're publicly declared that, yeah, I have this and good job and congratulations, but you didn't become a success. You got recognized for the success, for the diploma, the certificate, the license. It's the recognition for everything that you've done up to that point, right? The fact that you guys are here, let's just take a step back. The fact that you decided to get your license makes you a success. When you opened up the first book of that real estate principles and practices, Misty, can you mute yourself?
Oh, sorry.
When you opened up that first chapter of that real estate principles and practices, that said you were a success. When you took that first exam, that is a success. When you spent those copious amount of hours and doing the prep agent and all those things that you guys did in order for you to finally get awarded this certificate, this diploma, this license, those were a culmination of all the things that you guys did right. The success is the moment that you decided. The moment that you opened up and first decided to do everything that you guys have done. Success is a daily thing. It is not a destination thing. You get recognized for the success that you already were. So don't devalue the moment and don't devalue today. I wrote this and I took tons of notes this morning because I think that this is important. Success is a daily thing. The secret of success is determined by your daily agenda. You guys, we talk about this all the time. Your daily agenda is what's going to equate to your success. And let's stay on this topic for a quick second. There's a book out there I want you guys to get. It's called Today Matters. So here's success defined, and this is not for me. This is something that I read and something that I watched. So I want to share this with you, and hopefully I can bring this some justice. We make decisions, then we manage our decisions. So let's stay here for a quick second. So I've made the decision to be a realtor. It's not the decision that makes you, right? You all made the decision to become realtors. Cool. I got this license. I can go and help people with $1 million purchases. That doesn't mean shit, right? You made a decision. Cool. Now you have to manage this decision on a daily basis. So let's have this conversation. What you want to become tomorrow, you have to do today. You have to visualize tomorrow. You have to have the hope. You have to have the motivation, the dreams, but value today. What that means is what I do today is getting me closer to my vision, or what am I doing today that is driving me further and further away from my vision? Is what I'm doing today getting me closer to my vision of everything that I want in my life when I close my eyes and everything that I want in this world? Or are my daily activities and actions pushing me further and further and further away from my vision? You have to ask yourself that, you guys. Every day, you're either repairing or preparing. Just think about this for a second, you guys. If you messed up yesterday, if for some reason Hector didn't make his phone calls, he didn't prospect at a high level, he didn't organize his inbox, he didn't do all the things that he said he was going to do, he didn't post on social, overslept, ate like shit, right? What does he have to do today? What he's going to do today is he's going to repair what didn't happen yesterday. I got to make double the calls. I got to go sit in the sauna. I got to cleanse my body because I feel like shit, right? So it is either we are spending every day repairing or preparing, right? We repair when we fail to manage the decisions that were made. Think about this, you guys. We repair when we fail to manage the decisions that we made. Prepare by managing the decision every single day. Every step you take should be progressive realization of success in your life. You guys, this hit home to me, right? Because a lot of the times, and I think that we're all guilty of it. Hey, did you make your calls today? No. I'm going to do that tomorrow. Tomorrow comes. No, fuck, I didn't do it. I got busy and I did some things. So now I'm like 2 days of, I got to go back and repair. 3 days of repairing. What happens if you're constantly living in repair mode? You're never moving forward. That vision is fleeting and fleeting and fleeting because I'm like, hold on, shit, let me put the car in reverse. Let me go back 2 steps. Let me go back 2 days, fix that, turn the car back around, then keep moving forward to my destination. You have to ask yourself, am I living in prepare mode or am I living in repair mode? If what you guys are doing every single day isn't getting closer to your vision, then you guys are making some huge mistakes in this business. I don't want to not see you guys on the screen in 2 years. It's not what I want for you. My biggest success in my role is to see you guys have this realization of your dreams. When I look around the room and I see the people that have reached the success, like, I'm super proud of you guys. That's what I want for everybody. That for me is going to be my legacy in this business, is watching you guys grow and realize the dreams that you guys have. So that's my thoughts this morning. Prepare or repair. Where are you living? And is everything that you're doing every single day pushing you further towards your vision, or is it pushing you further and further back? I want you guys to think about it because I gave it some thought this morning. I gave it some serious thought. Anybody want to chime in on these thoughts before we talk about the market?
That's why I'm on this call. I need to get back into my good habits.
What are the good habits? What are the good habits that you need to get back into?
For me, it's all about my morning routine. If I don't start my morning routine off with meditation, gym, things like this, I am just off the rest of the day. I don't feel right. So throwing my morning routine has gone out the window for a little bit, and I see it, like you're saying, all my pendings they're closed, and I have not much going on in the pipeline. So, all that slacking off. Now I see it now.
Yeah, because you're in repair mode, right? Instead of prepare, right? We do that. We do that with our prospecting, with the things that we need to clean up. So I love it. Thanks for your vulnerability and thanks for sharing. Anybody else want to chime in on this topic? And don't be shy.
Yeah, I noticed last week when we took our reprieve and you guys were doing the thing in the Tom Ferry in the office, and we didn't have these meetings. My whole week was like, it was strange. It was thrown off because this has become a part of my routine now, and so I almost had to force myself into work last week every morning, because I'm like, I really do use this as a crutch to kind of get me engaged and in the mindset at least 3 days a week. So yeah, thanks a lot, Elias.
Love you, brother. Appreciate that. Anybody else want to chime in, guys, on this conversation? Cynthia's smiling. She got a big old smile. I think she has something to say. She's nodding her head and she has a big smile. So
I'm agreeing with Demian, because last week I was like, oh my God, how do I function on a Wednesday without this? Because usually if I take a day off, I'm either taking off Monday or Friday, but Wednesdays I'm like, I gotta be in there. But that whole repairing and preparing, that's huge. That's something that she just did a podcast, Melody, and that's exactly what the speaker was talking about. If you're not doing it on Monday, it trickles down, and I mean, shit rolls downwind, right? Or downhill. So then by Friday, you haven't made 40 calls and you beat yourself up, but it's like, just start over. Just when you wake up in the morning, just start over. Okay, it's Friday. I haven't made my calls. That's all right. I'm going to make them today. And just have that, like, click that brain switch and be like, it's fine. I'm going to do it today. This is it. I can still do it.
Totally. Because you guys, if the vision is strong enough, why are you letting yourself down? And why are you being a liar to yourself? And I'm not saying this meanly, you guys, like, don't be a liar to yourself. Like, you owe it to yourself and everything that you said you want to accomplish in your life. Don't say, oh, well, like, don't live in that falseness, right? Just fucking own it. Be like, you know what? Yeah, I need to prepare better. I need to have a daily agenda. If I don't have a fucking calendar that's set, I know I'm not going to talk about the calendar, guys. I'm not going to show you my calendar. You guys know how to think about that, because I know what it takes to be successful in this business. You guys have to say, if my agenda and daily habits are not pushing me towards my vision, then what am I doing? Do I really want to do real estate if I am never prospecting, if I'm never doing everything that I said I'm going to do? Do I really want this? Kylie, let's turn it to you.
When I was going through my real estate courses, like before I took my test, I did a research. I was in college, and so I did real estate and psychology. And a part of my training or research, I watched a video where this guy was a new real estate agent in, I think, Georgia or something like that. And he had closed like $300,000 for like in revenue for himself in his first year of real estate, because he set up a point system because he's like a big gamer and stuff like that. So like beating himself and like beating that daily point was like, okay, like I can do this. I can make X amount of phone calls and that's this many points. I can go door knock and that's this many points. And so like he kept trying to like beat himself every day, and it really drove his business up and up and up because he had that point system. So you can write down, because like I feel like for myself, I forget. I'm like, okay, like there's all of these things that we can be doing to generate business, but I don't know where to start and I don't know what's my favorite yet. So if I just have it like all laid out and go off of this point system, I can see everything. I can pick my favorites. And then so I'm still earning points along the way. And there's still the unfavorite things at the end of it. But it's still something that's going to generate business no matter what's happening. You just collect the points along the way.
Beautiful. I love this ability to gamify it. And And in that regard, you guys need to be using Sisu at a very, very high level. We're going to be doing the Hustlers Lunch every single month. I want to honor you guys for doing all of the work that's going to take to get to the escrow, right? So like I said, you guys are already a success. You guys got your license. You opened up that book. You guys are doing the things that are already a success. The escrow, the closed transaction, is just a culmination of all those things that you have done behind the scenes. The calls, the texts, the videos, the follow-ups, everything. You guys are already a success. That's just now a public declaration of, wow, look what Kylie did. She got an escrow, she closed an escrow. Who else wants to chime in on this topic? Because I'm loving where this is going. Who else has some thoughts and insight?
I'd like to say I agree with what Cynthia said. For me, when I fail to do something that I have planned, it's a mental thing. Once you get your mental thing on and you have a framework, which you call an agenda, and then you have your activities set up, to her point, Kylie's, it was a point system. It's really an activity that you have going on. So for me, it was getting on this meeting, meeting you, seeing you, like just getting mindset ready so that I can do what I need to do next so that I can get to my next level. So for me, it's a breath of fresh air joining this meeting and you making the statement, because it is aligning with what I have planned for myself this next year coming up. Because I'm already planning for 2022, because I know that when my pipeline runs out, I don't want it to go dry. So I need to do something different in order to get different results. So that's why I'm here today.
You guys have said this before, you're lions, you're lionesses, you're warriors, right? It should just be like, this is your haka dance every single day, like, rah, rah, rah. I'm gonna attack this day, right? That's how I feel, you guys. Like, I am so motivated and excited because you guys, I'm watching everyone grow and this company grow. Like, I'm fucking gonna be 41 next month, and I feel like I got the energy of like a 22-year-old. Like, I'm ready, right? I'm ready for life. I want you guys to have that same energy, excitement, enthusiasm, that push, that no matter what's gonna come through your day, you're just gonna be like, move, I got this. I'm gonna accomplish anything that I want to. You guys are gonna pull me closer to my vision. Last thing I want to see you guys doing is doing this for the next 30 years. You should be able to retire early. Alicia.
Yeah, this is exactly what I needed to hear this morning. Thank you guys so much for everything everybody has said, because this is, I've been really busy with some like personal stuff that's going on in my life and trying to juggle like work with all of that. And I'm getting back into the groove. And I was like, oh, I don't want to really get back into going to the coaching meetings until I have my shit together. Cause like I always get caught up in my head and I think, no, I need to like be in a certain place before I can come and, be with you guys. But sometimes I forget that sometimes I need to just do it and just take the action and let my brain and I know that having a calendar and having those systems in place and being committed to your routine is super important. But sometimes if I'm not there, getting myself back there, I just have to do the next indicated action. And sometimes I have to just get out of my head and let myself not be where I want to be and say, that's okay. I can show up and I can be messy and I can just be myself and let you guys kind of help pull me back into where I need to be. So this morning, this was about me just doing the action and letting the other stuff follow. So thanks for all the words of wisdom from everybody.
Love this. And thanks for being here. Let's be perfectly imperfect together, right? As long as what we're doing is progress. And like I said here, what was the notes? As long as every step should be the progressive realization of success in your life. I don't care how you look. You're fucking showing up. You're here, right? If you guys could take one thing from group coaching that Terry says, that Panisse says, that Lauren Howard says, that Mylisha says, that Christine Miller says, like, wow, that sparked something in me. Or it's a reminder, or it's a simple back to basics. You guys, most of the stuff I say or we say we didn't just invent this right here. This isn't about innovation. This is about imitation of what's worked. Years and years and years that's worked. Let's hear from one other person before we shift gears. Who else wants to chime in on this topic?
I'll say something because I'm back.
Big Dog, where is the fro? Can we see your smiling face?
Man, I'm back. It feels so good. It feels so good for real. But I'm in that same mode as Rebecca was saying. It's like getting back into my routine, finding that pace. And really what it was today was the first day of preschool for the little one. So I was able to just say, hey, let me get back to it. Because in full vulnerability, I had a buyer's presentation yesterday. And Elias, I really pride myself on my buyer's presentation, but it didn't go as well as I usually do. And it was just the reality of like, this is where I'm at right now, and that's okay. But I know where I was and how I can get back there is getting back with all of you guys. So I'm just loving being back.
Bro, I love it. I love it. And man, you can see it. You see the babies at school, bro. You can see look at it. Breath of fresh air for him, man. I love it. So if you guys have ever watched Jeff's buyer's presentation, it's absolute fire. He does a really great job, but he was humble enough to say, you know what, something I need to go back and just back to basics and practice again. So my man, I love it. I absolutely love it. Thanks for being here and thanks for being back. All right, guys, let's talk a little bit about the market. Unless one or more person wants to go. Cool, let's move on. All right, guys. So we've hit a record for a Wednesday session. We've hit this on a Monday. We've hit it on a Friday, but not on a Wednesday. We officially have 53 people here in group coaching. So give yourselves a giant round of applause. Huge milestone for a Wednesday, you guys. Super, super pumped for this. This is exciting for me. And this is the way that we're truly, truly attracting agents to our environment. We're having people come here just to learn and listen, be a part of the vibe and the energy. And then they say, those are people I could rock with, then they'll join us. So good seeing everybody here. I love it. So you guys have seen that the new weather report is now up on East Bay Association of Realtors, or excuse me, Bay East Association of Realtors. How many people have watched the recent weather report? Give me a show of hands or give me some reactions down below. All right, cool. So you guys, this weather report just came out. I'm going to play a couple clips of it. That way we can just kind of get the ball rolling. I'm going to turn this up. Let's go ahead and press play. This is Jordan Levine. I've sat through Jordan Levine's sessions quite a bit in my career. Obviously, David Stark. He does the monthly weather report. But let's just take a quick listen about some things that are happening in our market.
Who's the chief economist for the California Association of Realtors. Jordan, welcome to the East Bay Real Estate Weather Report. What's going on in California?
Yeah, when we look forward, I think when it comes to the kind of rising tide surfs up, we think the economy is going to be better. People are going to have their jobs back. Money's going to be flowing in, I think, in bigger numbers. And so the macro picture looks good. We actually think rates are going to stay low a little bit longer than what we originally expected. So that's good news for buyers and for sellers. The market's still pretty hot. So I think good news all around for 2022.
All right, that's
okay. So I'll just pause it there, you guys. Let's have a quick discussion about the market, some nuances that you guys are seeing, some patterns that you're seeing. What are you recognizing right now in the market? And, what are you telling your clients? I'm going to go to Christina D. You just took yourself off of mute. Yeah. Christina D., I'm a client. I'm asking you, how's the market? What's your forecast? Should we wait till the new year? Let's hear it. Like, give me a rundown.
Elias, that's actually a great question. It really just, I'm noticing a little bit of a slowdown in the market. I honestly feel like it just depends on what area. For example, in Livermore, I'm noticing homes prices they're leveling out. There's not as many offers. So that's good for you as a buyer. Also, they're staying on the market a little bit longer than they usually are. So I think it's actually a great time to buy right now. Just because we're entering into the holiday seasons and you just have more leverage right now.
My friend said it's always a good time to wait until like the new year. Is that right?
That's another great question. I can see where they're coming from, but if you think about it, if your friend is saying that, imagine what everyone else is thinking. They're thinking to do the same exact thing.
So are prices up or down from last year in Livermore? Because I'm getting kind of conflicted reports from my friends.
They're up. They're up quite a bit, actually. Yes, but I don't see them going up anymore. I see them leveling out. That's what I've noticed in the market. I've actually seen quite a few homes in Livermore, depending on the property, because every property is a little bit different. I've seen some homes getting the asking price, but those are homes that have been on the market a little bit longer. So if a home has been on the market for just a few days, you obviously want to be competitive. But if it's been on the market for, 15, 20 plus days, you have a lot of leverage there.
Okay, so when I just saw this report, so this report showed me that housing prices were down in Livermore from last September to this September by 8%. Is that just for the month or is that the year? Like, how do I understand this?
Elias, I can't answer that for you because I don't know.
Okay, all right, cool, cool.
I'm being honest.
No, good stuff, good stuff. So
I need to learn that.
So sales prices here, it looks like Livermore is, if we're looking year over year, it is down just a little bit.
Double digit.
Sales prices are actually, let's see.
They've increased.
Yeah, increased a little bit. And this last stat was, let's go here, Livermore homes for sale, a little bit less homes for
Less
sale.
inventory.
Yep, minus 8%, but it's not affecting, it's obviously home prices are going upwards significantly, 26% year over year to September. So I think you're right on with the things that you're saying. So good stuff, Christina. Always sound like a professional, always know your shit. Austin, let's hear from you, bro. How's the market over in Berkeley? We're looking for a 2-bedroom, 1-bath over on Buena Vista, which is actually in the Poets Corner. You know, I just kind of want to get your sense on that local market in Berkeley because I know it's super competitive for a 2-bedroom, 1-bath. I'm seeing prices anywhere from $925 to 1.3. You know, what's your take, and should we wait until the new year?
Honestly, I think that's a great question. I personally wouldn't wait till the new year. Just statistically speaking, if we look from last year to this year, everything is slowly going up. I know last year, I think it was like 1.5 was the average sales price for September. This year's 1.6. So everything's slowly starting to go up. And I know that the average sales price, I think, was like 120% over what the listing price was. And that's just going to keep going up as well. So I think now would probably be the time to hit the hammer on that.
So you're saying don't wait until the new year? Like,
definitely, I wouldn't wait, especially with interest rates possibly going up as well. I think everything's just going to slowly just continue to climb. So I'd say I'd probably go right now.
And then, yeah, I was listening to this economist, Jordan Levine, and he was saying that interest rates are probably going to stay where they're at, or just maybe a fraction higher. So, so do you really think that interest rates are going to go up?
Well, historically speaking, typically what we see with that is that at the end of a year where they have been low, the next year they slowly start to climb. And by this time next year, they'll probably be a good percent or so over what they were this last year. So I think it's kind of a waiting game, could be like playing Russian roulette, and it's a little bit dangerous doing that.
Wow. Austin, how long have you been in real estate?
I've been in real estate for a few months, but the people on my team have been doing it for about a decade plus. And so just kind of picking their brains, this is the conclusion that we've come up with.
Wow. You guys, how many people think that Austin sounds like a true professional, right? I mean, just a couple months, but I'll tell you, and Christina, hats off to you as well, but being able to be a great communicator and being able to illustrate your thoughts, that's what's going to help clients really build trust with you, right? He spoke in a way that it wasn't pushing. I was creating urgency, but it didn't feel like he was being like, okay, just dude wants to get a sale. Like, it felt very, very natural, Austin. So that was really, really quality stuff.
Elias, I have to give him props on handling that new agent objection with no stutter, no fumble. Bruh, that's like, have it ready. Like, I mean, I'm still newer, but when I first got my license, especially in San Francisco, I got hit with that question all the time. And you have to, the way I explain it to people is like, you have to have confidence like you're walking into a VIP section you have no business belonging in. I don't know if any of you guys have gone to the club and snuck into the VIP section, but
look into me.
Yo, man, you just gotta walk in that thing and act like you know what you're doing, even if you don't. And he leaned on the team's experience. That's the takeaway.
Yeah, totally. I love it. Love it, man. Love it. I've been to many a concerts because I was press. And should I be over there or should I be at the other entrance? Where should I go? I have my lanyard, right? Because you just owned it. I cannot tell you how many concerts I've got into free because I was part of the press, which I was never part of the press. So, all right, Patrick Jiang, let's hear from you, brother. Someone comes up to you, says, hey, we're trying to buy a house in Oakland. We know we're getting beat out. It's tough. It's competitive. So what's your take on the state of the market right now? And should we wait until the new year, brother? Let's spit some fire. Let's hear it.
So depending on your buying situation, Yeah, it would be a great time to buy. A lot of buyers are thinking to wait until the end of the year for when prices drop, but you kind of want to jump into buying in this market now when interest rates are still where they are currently, because there's no guarantee that you'll be able to have access to that kind of money in the future, which would then play a big factor in your whole buying process. And yeah.
Cool. Good. Hey, man, listen, Patrick went last week, and remember, he got a little tripped up on his words. Bro, obviously you've been practicing. You thought I was going to call on you today. I could see it in your eyes.
I was like, oh, I might be next. So I was like thinking.
right. And he didn't know that I was going to call on him, but man, really, really great job. And you're getting better, and you're getting better, and you're getting better, because I mean, let's look at what's going on, you guys. More and more people, and if you commute any distance in the Bay Area, more and more people are out right now. More people out does what to the economy? It stimulates our economy. More people are paying for gas. More people are going to restaurants. More people are out doing things. And so you see this influx of money, and you see this influx of socialization that's going on around us that is positive for our economy. It sucks for traffic. It sucks for gas prices are continuing to go up. But there's a lot of things that are going on right now that are stimulating our economy, and it's really great to see. So those are all great signs, in our market. Aaliyah, let's hear from you. Aaliyah, what's going on with the market? I know that you specialize in the Oakland area. We're thinking about buying, but I thought we should probably wait until February. And we also have a house that we're thinking about selling, but we may wait a while to put that on the market as well.
Okay, so just to make sure I understand what your situation is, you guys are currently homeowners, you're looking to sell your home and buy your new home, is that correct?
Yeah, but we're thinking just kind of wait out what's going on, and maybe the new year. I don't know. We're just looking at this.
Why were you thinking of waiting? Can I just get some insights on that?
We have a friend, and he said that it's probably best to wait until the new year.
Okay. So what I've been seeing on the real estate side, working with both buyers and sellers, on the selling side, it's an amazing time to sell because we're in one of the hottest sellers market that we've ever seen. Homes are on the market for an average of 7 days. So they're going quickly. You're getting top price as long as your home is in pretty much move-in condition. You're getting top price for your home. We're still seeing multiple offers on homes, and we are seeing price ranges rise from last year this time. On the buying side, being that interest rates are low still, we are expecting them to rise a little bit next year, which will make your buying power a little bit less than it is right now. So if you're looking to buy and sell, don't wait. This is the time.
Beautiful. Well said. Well said. Love it. Absolutely love it. PK, let's hear from you. We're thinking about moving from Newark to Danville and San Ramon. Now, I know a lot of people are moving to Danville and San Ramon. I don't understand why it's so expensive there, but we really, really want to live there because we know that the schools are so great. So can you kind of tell us what to expect if we're going to try to move to Danville or to San Ramon?
Yes, Elias, I don't really know your background that well. So from what I'm hearing, it seems like you have children that you're planning on putting into the school system. Tell me a little bit more about your family situation.
I have a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old, and I just did all my research, and San Ramon and Danville have some of the best rated schools in the area.
Yeah, you've definitely done a good job with your research, and you're absolutely right. San Ramon and Danville are probably on the top side of the East Bay school rating systems. There are other cities surrounding it too, that I would say if your only goal is good schools, I can pull the list together and expand your search a little bit if there's absolutely nothing else that you care about, just the school district. And can you confirm that for me, actually?
Yeah, Danville and San Ramon for sure. We just like that area too. It's beautiful, and like it's more of our speed.
Sure. So I'll tell you a little bit more about what to expect in this next process and kind of phase of moving into the two top school districts in very competitive areas. So similar to you, lots of families, young families that have children are also looking into getting their children into those really incredible schools. So competition is definitely a key factor when we're looking into those areas. So when we are planning it and putting your list together, I want us to be mentally prepared, emotionally prepared, and just financially prepared, which means that I want to talk a little bit more about how you are budgeting for this next move, and also timelines. Tell me a little bit more about how you guys are preparing for this, and the rest of it I'll handle in terms of the back end and coordinating and getting you prepared with market knowledge.
Wow. How many people feel like you're in the hands of a professional? Right, you feel like you're well taken care of. You're like, wow, I really feel what you're saying, and I feel supported, and I feel like you have taken the lead on this, but you're not pushing it down my throat. And I really love the way it was put. Shayla, did you have a question, or were you just agreeing to that? All right, good stuff. Good stuff. Love it. Let's hear from, what time we got? Okay, we've got a little bit of time. Let's hear from Terry. I'd love to hear your insight on this, because you work a very particular market. You're working a lot of new home builds and new developments. So let's hear a quick update from you and things that you're seeing and nuances that you're experiencing.
So out here in the Contra Costa area, as far as new home builders, there's a lot, but these homes as well are selling fast. Price point wise, you're looking for new home development, mid base price. They're in the 8s and above. Majority are in 9 for the Contra Costa area. Half of the homes are gone, meaning they're at halfway point in build. There are a few new communities coming. If you do not purchase at the time that trailer goes on the dirt, more than likely you're going to pay way over. The base prices are that we're starting at 5. They close out at 800,000. So definitely for new home builds, you got to get in. You have to get your clients in there and basically show them how to buy homes without the models in order to get them in at a great price.
So let me ask you a question, Terry. If for example, a new development releases phase 1 and they're only selling, say, 10 units, right? And we buy one of those units, right? Will they release phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, phase 5? By the time our house is built, if they've already sold the other phases, does that mean the value of our original phase has gone up because they released it in stages? So
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. So no, so getting in when it's just dirt, like you were saying, is probably the best time.
Correct, because basically you'll look at an increase in value in your equity from anywhere from possibly 30 to upwards to close to $100,000 worth of equity by the end of that sale. These new home builds, they project out building for most cases 2 years. So if you buy in phase 1, you're getting in cheap. Most people, by the time they get to the close of the development, they're putting a sign up and they're selling and moving up.
Self off of mute, he was crying. That is fire. That is straight up fire. And a lot of us don't know that, right? Or some of us, it's like, we're hearing this, or maybe we've heard it before. Like, this is straight fire. So I love this. Let's hear from Hector. Hector, you're new to this environment, bro. But let me hear from you, brother. How's the market? What's going on in the market? Should we wait until the new year? I need some insight. I need some direction.
That's awesome, Elias. That's a good question that you have. In general, the market is holding, but if you're talking to me about a particular area, are you looking for a certain city, region?
Yeah,
Antioch. So yep. Antioch, it has a lot of new builds going on right now with the massive incline in purchases. It's holding steady in certain areas. So it really just depends on the area of Antioch that you're looking at. But overall, the entire market is growing, and right now is the perfect time to buy, because if you wait for next year, you're practically looking at a higher price point with a higher interest rate.
Wow, wonderful. So I've seen that Antioch, Brentwood, Pittsburgh market blow up. I think there's huge advantages, because to think, if you were selling real estate 5 years ago in Antioch, to think that price points are at 800, 900 for new builds, that's ludicrous to even think. People are sitting on tremendous amounts of wealth all throughout the Bay Area. And so I'm loving this. Let's hear from one other person. Let's hear from Sandy. Sandy, let's hear from you. Good morning, everybody. Hi. I like to bite toes when Dad is on coaching, trying to lead the team here, and he's biting toes.
Oh my goodness.
Go ahead,
Hey,
Sandy.
Dr. Louie.
I'll be totally honest, and I feel pretty unprepared. I've kind of felt like I've just been trying to play catch up for a little while here. So,
okay.
But
you're here.
Yeah.
You showed
So,
up, right?
yeah. Okay. So, will you, I guess, present the question to me that?
Totally. So, hi, I was wondering, how is the market right now? Because we're thinking about buying, but was probably just going to wait until the new year. Like, how is the market?
Yeah. So in what I've been seeing recently, things seem, so there's a lot of inventory. Inventory is increasing even more than it was just a couple of months ago, because I think things are slowing down a little bit. There seems to be less competition for the buyers that I'm working with when we're putting offers in. So I feel like, so to answer your question, I feel like now is still a really, really good time, a beneficial time for you as a buyer, because interest rates are still fairly low. I think they're predicted to stay lower than they have been traditionally, but they're going to climb like incrementally. May I ask what areas you're looking in, and kind of like what
Oakland.
kind of in Oakland?
Yeah, West Oakland. More
In West
toward,
Oakland?
like Station House in that area, because we're just kind of seeing a turn in the last couple of years with the new developments of like Station House and things like that. So we like that area, west, and it's close to the freeway, so we can get to San Francisco.
Cool. Do you work in San Francisco?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. So may I ask also what kind of a budget that you're working with?
We don't want to exceed 900. And so I know that's challenging in some places, but we don't want to exceed 900.
I still think it's reasonable, totally. Do you have kind of a sense of urgent, or you're asking me basically, is now a good time to buy? So you have flexibility with like your timeline?
Yeah, I just, is
Mhm.
now a good time, or should we hold and wait?
I totally think now is a great time, especially if you have flexibility. And I think that, if you're working with maybe a little bit of a more modest budget too, there are like ways that we can go about this to try and find something that will fit what you're looking for, and where you could come out with a good deal. If you have some flexibility with maybe getting into a place that might need a little bit of TLC, like, are you willing to do that? If it needs a little paint on the walls, maybe replace some windows and some cosmetic stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the stuff that I'm seeing going super fast is the stuff that's totally move-in ready, and like people don't have to put much work into. That stuff staying on the market like maybe 7 days tops, less than 2 weeks for sure, and going over asking price. So if we can kind of specifically aim to look at some things that have been on the market a little bit longer, probably because people have to put in a little bit of work, or there may be things like the tenants, the owners still living in it and will need some time to move out. Since you have flexibility, those are great opportunities. And sometimes people are less like buyers want to get in super fast, and they're not willing to be patient and wait that out. So I feel like there's definitely places that we could start to look for you and find something, and you can take advantage of the fact that it is still a really good time right now. So
good. Love it. Love it. You know what? I think that she brought up something that's really important. Like, look for the ugliest house on the block, right? The newest ones, the new floors, the new cabinets, everything updated. Like, of course, that's going to get the most attention, right? Go for some of the uglier ones, the ones that have been sitting a little bit longer. Those are going to be the good opportunities. So Sandy, thank you for being vulnerable, but also thanks for stepping up, right? And somebody put in the chat, like, showing up is half the battle. It's the fact that you're here. Hey, go to the pad over here. What are we doing over here? You missed it by like this much. Dang it. I'll tell you what, it's hard having a puppy, but
washable rugs, just throwing that out there.
Yeah, I got hardwood floors, and so I could see everything, but he missed it by just a little bit. Anyways, so this is our opportunity to really dive into what's happening in the market, understand the nuances. You guys should have a back pocket full of different down payment assistance programs. If houses fall in a certain census tract, they may be able to qualify for not only a grant, but down payment assistance. Where do you find out about these things? You research these things, you ask different lenders. Do you guys have an EAGLE program? Do you have a down payment assistance program? That way, when you go into it, well, we think we want to save up a little bit more money. Well, what if I was to tell you that there's a program called the EAGLE program through Bank of America, based on where you live and the census tract that you want to purchase a home, you guys might qualify for that. Would that help you guys to get into a house sooner so you don't have to spend that extra $17,000? Would that help you guys make a decision to buy a house sooner? Well, yeah, okay, cool. Here's this, this, and this. I want you guys to do your research and see what's available for you. And then let's see if that helps the process, right? Be able to have these things in your back pocket to be able to, no matter where people are looking, you're going to have some opportunities and some advantages for them. So Christina G, you had your hand up. Good stuff, Sandy.
I do. Okay. Off topic, but it has to do with the market. If anybody's working with buyers in Solano County, San Joaquin County, basically out in the valley, FHA conventional went from like 550 to 625, which is a huge game changer. It's helping me so much. If anybody has buyers out there, it has changed. It went up to 625.
Beautiful, beautiful. Love it. Thank you for that. So yeah, you guys, I mean, like finding little nuances, different things that you can do, down payment assistance, and being able to not only tell them about the market, but how can you help them have an advantage and an upper hand in the market, right? If they were able to get a grant for $17,000 and $5,000 towards closing costs, that means more cash on hand. So when you're looking at this ugly house that has a shitty floor and shitty cabinets, well, think if you save that $5,000, now you have that $5,000 on hand that you can do the windows, that you can do the floors, you can do some of the things that you wanted to do at the house. So it is ugly. However, with this grant, with this down payment assistance, now you have the ability to redirect some of the cash that you're going to spend anyways. Now you can have those new floors. So like start thinking about it, right? I always say that purchasing a home is a science project. It's playing chess, right? You have to have the right formula. You have to move the right pieces, but it can't just be a singular approach. You have to always think angles and how can I help our clients and how can I do what's in the best interest of them. And so I love these conversations because you get to hear from everybody and you get to share your guys' insights. So you guys spit some game today. You spit some fire as always. Really, really appreciate it. I want to go around the room. I want to hear some of your takeaways from today's session. I'm going to go over to Hector, brand new to this environment, bro. What were some of your takeaways from today's session together?
Well, I love everyone's energy. I love that everyone showed up and was vulnerable. I really like that. I don't see that much nowadays in Zoom meetings. Everyone's really polished typically and has a framework that they kind of go by. And one of my biggest takeaways today was really just get your mindset first and then execute so that you don't have to look back and repair instead of preparing. So thank you for that message today.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Let's go over to Bianca. Bianca, I know that you're probably being super mom right now, but Bianca, what were some of your takeaways?
Some of my takeaways were to always be prepared because I was like, I hope he doesn't call on me. I don't have the answers. So I was a little distracted in the beginning of it, but I think you were going to like the Bay East website maybe to get some like market updates there. So that was a key takeaway for me to make sure to put that on my calendar. So I'm ready even when I'm not ready.
Love it. Love it. And you guys, if you're going to come to group coaching, be ready because I will call on you, right? And there's no rhyme or reason. I will call on you because I will say this until I'm blue in the face, pressure creates diamonds, right? So don't think even if your camera's off that I'm not going to call on you. I'm probably going to call on you once or twice, but it's only for your betterment. So Jim Salas, I'm going to put you on the mic, bro. We're developing his communication skills, his public speaking skills. So Jim Salas, let's hear from you, brother. What were some of your takeaways from today's session?
Actually, I kind of joined a little late. I'm over here at the Walnut Creek office. I'm gonna try and film my intro video today.
We're not trying. We're doing, bro.
Oh, we are doing my intro video today. But anyway, my pickup is what I picked up in the past as far as the interest rates being low, and this should be the time that you should buy. And I actually used that on somebody I called from an open house, and just reminded them that the interest rates are low right now, and it's a good time to actually purchase and get in at that low interest rate and a low mortgage payment for over the next 15 to 30 years.
Good stuff, brother. Good stuff, man. And thanks for being here. Kill your interview today. How many people are doing their video today? Kylie, I think Christina Darrow's heading there. I'll be there in a little bit to support you guys. So really looking forward to this. We have 3 days of it. It's on the calendar. If you guys haven't signed up, make sure to sign up. So I'm going to turn it back over to Jeff Phillips. Jeff Phillips, I want you to wrap up the meeting, take us off the field today. And you guys, once again, thanks for being here. Appreciate you all.
Man, it feels so good to be back for real. But it just confirms to me how much I love this industry, but also how much I love this team. Like I wouldn't say a funk a couple of weeks ago. It was more of like, man, where am I at right now? And just getting on this one meeting, I'm already like, let's go. It's time. Calendar's going to be filled out. Everything's going to be, I know exactly the playbooks to run or the plays to run within my playbook. And I know that all of you guys are going to go out there, kill your day, have an amazing, amazing, successful day. But just remember that you always have the team to tap into. You always have somebody when you come here that you're going to get reinvigorated. You're going to get back into your mindset. And it's okay if you fall off. It is okay. We are human. Things come up in our lives. But what we're going to do is we're going to know our tribe to tap back into to get us back on pace to getting where we want to go. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Everybody that's doing their intro video, don't be nervous. You know what I'm saying? Just let it fly, let it go, do your thing. But you guys are going to have an amazing time. I love you guys.
I love it. I love you guys. Remember, we repair when we fail to manage the decisions that we've made. Make sure that you guys understand that, know that, own that. I'll see you guys on Walnut Creek in just a little bit. Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you for all of your contributions. Beyond grateful for each of you. Bye, guys.